You have pending friends requests. You can view. Says Waiter, Konkichi 4580, GG. Jiva Singer 5449 scored. Brief Ban 677635 was poked to death by Rastafari Super. Prime Move 805 was slain by J3 Sasuke. Jiva Singer 5449 thought they could survive in the void. Brief Ban 677635 died in the void. Top players blue, Jiva Singer 5449 red, Picklin Brute 101. J3 Sasuke left your game 8/10. Plus, Shaka Tubo 191 joined your game 9/10. Prime Move 805 left your game 8/10. Plus, Rocket 6737 joined your game 9/10. Server is now full, game starting in 10 seconds. Plus, Soidric. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 3 seconds. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 2 seconds. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 1 second. Let the games begin. Selected speed boost, 1 vote. FRANKLINJ25 died in the void. Joe 9462 died in the void. Rocket 6737 was slain. Rastafari Super accidentally tripped Soidric 816 into the void. Shaka Tubo 191 thought they could survive in the void. Joe 9462 was slain by Picklin Brute 101. Picklin Brute 101 died in the void. FRANKLINJ25 thought they could survive in the void. Brief Ban 677635 died in the void while escaping Rocket 6737. Soidric 816 thought they could survive in the void. Joe 94. FRANKLINJ25 scored. Joe 9462 died in the void while escaping Picklin Brute 101. Rocket 6737 scored. Shaka Tubo 191 got a facelift by Rastafari Super. Picklin Brute 101 thought they could survive in the void. NOMDSJAHJFVSHS thought they could survive in the void while escaping Rocket 6737. Rastafari Super sent Brief Ban 677635 into a deep freeze. FRANKLINJ25 scored. Brief Ban 677635 died in the void. Joe 9462 thought they could survive in the void while escaping JASIKSS. Picklin Brute 101 got sent into the void by Rastafari Super. Brief Ban 677635 got sent into the void by Rastafari Super. FRANKLINJ25 scored. Rocket 6737 died in the void while escaping JASIKSS. Rastafari Super scored. Follow our Instagram at QCraftGames. Take a look at our marketplace content and some awesome vendors of our updates. JASIKSS scored. FRANKLINJ. Soidric 816 scored. Joe 9462 was slain by Picklin Brute 101. FRANKLINJ25 died in the void. JASIKSS picked up a strength power up. Rocket 6737 couldn't fly while escaping JASIKSS. FRANKLINJ25 was slain by Picklin Brute 101. Joe 9462 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Picklin Brute 101. Picklin Brute 101 died in the void while escaping Joe 9462. JASIKSS scored. NOMDSJAHJFVSHS thought they could survive in the void. Raspberry Super sent brief band 677635 into the upside down. JASIKSS died in the void. Brief band 677635 was slain by Joe 9462. Soidric 816 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Rocket 6737. FRA and KLINJ25 thought they could survive in the void while escaping JASIKSS. Piglin Brute 101 scored. Piglin Brute 101 picked up a jump power of Raspberry Super scored. Soidric 816 died in the void while escaping Joe 9462. Joe 9462 died in the void while escaping Soidric 816. Piglin Brute 101 died in the void while escaping Rocket 6737. Raspberry Super screamed this is Sparta before kicking brief band 677635 into the void. JASIKSS thought they could survive in the void. Rocket 6737 died in the void while escaping Soidric 816. FRA and KLINJ25 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Piglin Brute 101. Brief band 677635 got sent into the void by Raspberry Super. Soidric 816 tried to escape Raspberry Super by jumping into the void. Piglin Brute 101 died in the void while escaping Rocket 6737. Joe 9462 scored. Toad Prince 5 thought they could survive in the void. Raspberry Super shoved Soidric 816 into the void. FRA and KLINJ25 died in the void. Brief band 677635 just got bullseyed by Raspberry Super. Rocket 6737 scored. Toad Prince 5 scored. Raspberry Super scored. Soidric 816 died in the void. FRA and KLINJ25 scored. Toad Prince 5 died in the void while escaping. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 1 minute. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 30 seconds. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 10 seconds. Plus, War Machine 222 join your game 10/10. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 5 seconds. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 4 seconds. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 3 seconds. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 2 seconds. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 1 second. Let the games begin. Selected speed boost, 1 vote. Toad Prince 5 thought they could survive in the void. Soidric 816 died in the void. Joe 9462 thought they could survive in the void. Brief band 677635 tried to escape Raspberry Super by jumping into the void. Raspberry Super pushed Techi Hair 81394 into the void. Rocket 6737 scored. FRA and KLINJ25 scored. War Machine 222 was slapped into the void by Raspberry Super. Joe 9462 died in the void. Raspberry Super scared Soidric 816 into the void. Rocket 6737 thought they could survive in the void while escaping NOMDSJAHJFVSHS. Toad Prince 5 scored. Raspberry Super wanted to show Techi Hair 81394 something cool. Death. Raspberry Super scored. Brief band 677635 scored. FRANKLINJ25 was slain by War Machine 222. Toad Prince 5 scored. Rastafari Super Kick NOMDSJAHJFVSHS into the void. Rocket 6737 thought they could survive in the void. Joe 9462 died in the void. Rastafari Super scored. Brief Band 677635 scored. NOMDSJAHJFVSHS was too scared to fight Rastafari Super. Rastafari Super kicked Soydric 816 into the void. Joe 9462 thought they could survive in the void. FRANKLINJ25 scored. Rastafari Super scored. Rocket 6737 scored. Soydric 816 thought they could survive in the void. Brief Band 677635 was slain by Rocket 6737. FRANKLINJ25 scored. Rastafari Super was forced to kill Brief Band 677635. Joe 9462 picked up a jump power of Rocket 6737 scored. Rastafari Super assisted NOMDSJAHJFVSHS with their void promo. FRANKLINJ25 died in the void. Toad Prince 5 was slain by JASIKSS. War Machine 222 died in the void. Joe 9462 scored. JASIKSS was shot through the heart and Rastafari Super is to blame. Brief Band 677635 scored. Rocket 6737 scored. Rastafari Super scored. Rastafari Super betrayed NOMDSJAHJFVSHS. Joe 9462 scored. FRANKLINJ25 scored. You may only break blocks placed by players. 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 Toad Prince 5 scored. JASIKSS got a facelift by Rastafari Super. NOMDSJAHJFVSHS died in the void. Rastafari Super sent Brief Band 677635 to the underworld. FRANKLINJ25 scored. Joe 9462 picked up a strength power up. JASIKSS was sucked into a black hole while Rastafari Super watched. Toad Prince 5 scored. Techid Hair 81394 was slain by Rocket 6730. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 3 seconds. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 2 seconds. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 1 second. Let the games begin. Selected speed boost, 1 vote. FRANKLINJ25 thought they could survive in the void. Joe 9462 thought they could survive in the void. War Machine 222 died in the void. Toad Prince 5 scored. Rocket 6737 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Rastafari. Joe 9462 thought they could survive in the void. Rocket 6737 died in the void. FRANKLINJ25 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Rocket 6737. War Machine 222 was murdered by Rastafari Super. Joe Mebidobi 1234567 died in the void. Joe 9462 scored. Ed Marcos Craft died in the void. Follow our TikTok at CubeCraft. We post memes, clips and show off our server. Rastafari Super sent Rocket 6737 into the upside down. Toad Prince 5 scored. Joe 9462 scored. Rastafari Super made Ed Marcos Craft jump into the void. Joe 9462 thought they could survive in the void. FRANKLINJ25 scored. Rastafari Super was forced to kill Rocket 6737. Toad Prince 5 scored. Rastafari Super kicked Techid Hair 81394 into the void. The Trooper 29228 was pummeled by Rastafari Super's Kung Fu moves. Ed Marcos Craft scored. FRANKLINJ25 scored. Toad Prince 5 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Ed Marcos Craft. The Trooper 29228 thought they could survive in the void. Joe 9462 picked up a jump power up. Ed Marcos Craft thought they could survive in the void. Joe 9462 scored. The Trooper 292-28 died in the void. Rocket 6737 was smacked into next week by Rastafari Super. FRANKLINJ 25 scored. Toad Prince 5 scored. Rastafari Super scored. Rastafari Super assisted the Trooper 292-28 with their void trauma. Toad Prince 5 thought they could survive in the void while escaping War Machine 222. Rastafari Super tripped Rocket 6737 into the void. Ed Marcos Craft scored. Joe 9462 scored. FRANKLINJ 25 scored. The Trooper 292-28 got sent into the void by Rastafari Super. Rastafari Super shoved Rocket 6737 into the void. Toad Prince 5 thought they could survive in the void. Ed Marcos Craft thought they could survive in the void while escaping Rastafari Super. Joe 9462 died in the void while escaping War Machine 222. War Machine 222 died in the void while escaping FRANKLINJ 25. The Trooper 292-28 tried being a ninja against Rastafari Super but it didn't turn out so well. Rocket 6737 thought they could survive in the void. FRANKLINJ 25 scored. Joe 9462 scored. Rastafari Super killed Ed Marcos Craft. Now, don't be salty. Joe 9462 picked up a haste power up. The Trooper 292-28 died in the void while escaping Rastafari Super. Toad Prince 5 scored. COD 123 but died in the void while escaping War Machine 222. Rastafari Super screamed this is Sparta before kicking Rocket 6737 into the void. Joe 9462 died in the void. Toad Prince 5 scored. FR Ed Marcos Craft died in the void. Joe 9462 was slain by War Machine 222. Toad Prince 5 scored. FRANKLINJ 25 died in the void while escaping the troop. Joe 9462 died in the void while escaping Rocket 6737. Rocket 6737 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Toad Prince 5. FRANKLINJ 25 died in the void while escaping the Trooper 292-28. War Machine 222 thought they could survive in the void. Toad Prince 5 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Ed Marcos Craft. Ed Marcos Craft was tossed into the void by Rastafari Super. COD 120. The Trooper 292-28 died in the void. Game found. Class, Nachus joined your game 4/10. Class, Sacragrito joined your game 5. Class, Rocket 6737 joined your game 8/10. Class, Ploki 79937 joined your game 9/10. Server is now full, game starting in 10 seconds. Class, Taylor 1659 joined your game 10/10. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 5 seconds. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 4 seconds. Block Wars Nachus scored. Tomihigo 9 scored. Rocket 6737 scored. Rastafari Super yeeted Taylor 1659 into the void. Rastafari Super pushed Manxico into the void. Nachus scored. Ploki 79937 died in the void while escaping Tomihigo 9. Sacragrito thought they could. Bibliacraft was slain by Manxico. J3 Sus game was slain by Sacragrito. Rastafari Super blew Manxico into the void. Tomihigo 9 thought they could survive in the void. Rastafari Super yeeted their weapon into Nachus. Manxico thought they could survive in the void. Rocket 6737 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Sacragrito. Raspberry Super accidentally made Taylor 1659 fall into the void. J3 Sauce Game thought they could survive in the void while escaping Taylor 1659. Tomihigo 9 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Manxico. Raspberry Super yeeted Sacabrito into the void. Bibliacraft scored. Nachus scored. Taylor 1659 died in the void. Tomihigo 9 thought they could survive in the void. Manxico was sucked into a black hole while Raspberry Super watched. Sacabrito tried being a ninja against Raspberry Super but it didn't turn out so well. J3 Sauce Game died in the void. P-Cloaky 79937 was sucked into a black hole while Raspberry Super watched. Nachus scored. Tomihigo 9 died in the void. Nachus thought they could survive in the void. Manxico scored. Nachus thought they could survive in the void. Raspberry Super made P-Cloaky 79937 jump into the void. Bibliacraft thought they could survive in the void. Rocket 6737 scored. Tomihigo 9 died in the void while escaping Manxico. Manxico died in the void while escaping Tomihigo 9. Raspberry Super scored. Nachus scored. Taylor 1659 scored. Rocket 6737 couldn't fly while escaping Sacabrito. P-Cloaky 79937 scored. Manxico scored. Nachus scored. Raspberry Super wanted to show Sacabrito something cool. Death. Taylor 1659 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Tomihigo 9. Nachus scored. Bibliac. Manxico scored. Pearly Circle 918 died in the void. Rocket 6737 scored. Tomihigo 9 was slain by Manxico. Raspberry Super accidentally tripped P-Cloaky 79937 into the void. Nachus scored. Taylor 1659 was slain by Raspberry Super. Manxico thought they could survive in the void. Rocket 6737 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Sacabrito. Pearly Circle 918 picked up a speed power-up. Raspberry Super killed Sacabrito. RIP. Nachus scored. Tomihigo 9 scored. Nachus died in the void. Sacabrito was finished by Raspberry Super. Fatality. Manxico scored. Taylor 1659 scored. Raspberry Super scored. Tomihigo 9 died in the void. Nachus scored. P-Cloaky 79937 has been sent to the afterlife by Raspberry Super. Pearly Circle 918 died in the void while escaping Taylor 1659. Taylor 1659 died in the void while escaping Pearly Circle 918. Manxico scored. Bufflu scored. Nachus scored. Tomihigo 9 scored. Sacabrito scored. Bufflu picked up a speed power-up. Bufflu thought they could survive in the void. Tomihigo 9 thought they could survive in the void. Pearly Circle 918 died in the void while escaping Manxico. Taylor 1659 scored. Top players red, Raspberry Super blue, Nachus. Game length. PIREXOPHQL left your game 5/10. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 1 minute. Plus, XLRSWE7DQWQ joined your game 6/10. XLRSWE7DQWQ voted for speed boost, 2 votes. Plus, Nikib0 joined your game 7/10. Plus, DevilShiv666 joined your game 8/10. P-Cloaky 79937, brah. Plus, Fullface11 joined your game 9/10. Server is now full, game starting in 10 seconds. Class, that dude 226740 joined your game 10/10. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 5 seconds. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 4 seconds. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 3 seconds. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 2 seconds. Block Wars Bridges is starting in 1 second. Let the games begin. Selected speed boost. 2 votes. Sacragrito thought they could survive in the void. Statue 226740 thought they could survive in the void. XLRSWE7DQWQ died in the void while escaping the choose. Devil Show 666 thought they could survive in the void while escaping Manxico. Nikib 0 died in the void. The choose scored. Manxico scored. Rastafari super scored. Rastafari super shoved the choose into the void. P-Cloaky 79937 died in the void while escaping that dude 226740. XLRSWE7DQWQ blew Sacragrito into the void. XLRSWE7DQWQ out that dude 226740 to death. XLRSWE7DQWQ used full face 11 as a punching bag. Devil Show 666 was pulled into the void by Rastafari Super's pet Space Kraken. Choose died in the void. Manxico scored. Rastafari Super scored. XLRSWE7DQWQ scored. Choose died in the void. That dude 226740 thought they... Manxico scored. Rastafari Super screamed this is Sparta, before kicking the choose into the void. That dude 226740 picked up a speed power up. Rastafari Super picked up a speed power up. Rastafari Super sent full face 11 into the upside down. Sacragrito scored. P-Cloaky 79937 scored. Rastafari Super buff that dude 226740 a gift. But wait, it's just death. Tetroriginal 20 thought they could survive in the void. Manxico scored. The choose couldn't fly. Full face 11 died in the void. That dude 226740 died in the void. Rastafari Super used Sacragrito to death. Tetroriginal 20 died in the void. P-Cloaky 79937 scored. Manxico scored. Devil Show 666 thought they could survive in the void. Rastafari Super scared the choose into the void. Full face 11 died in the void while escaping Rastafari Super. Sacragrito scored. Manxico scored. P-Cloaky 79937 was slain by Full face 11. Devil Show 666 was slain by Tetroriginal 20. Rastafari Super blew Sacragrito into the void. That dude 226740 picked up a strength power up. Manxico was slain by Nachuz. Nikib 0 died in the void. Rastafari Super shoved that dude 226740 into the void. Nachuz picked up a haste power up. Nachuz was slapped into the void by Rastafari Super. Devil Show 666 was slain by Tetroriginal 20. Sacragrito scored. P-Cloaky 79937 scored. Tetroriginal 20 scored. Manxico scored. Rastafari Super tripped Sacragrito into the void. Tetroriginal 20 picked up a speed power up. Rastafari Super kicked that dude 226740 into the abyss. Tetroriginal 20 died in the void. Devil Show 666 died in the void while escaping P-Cloaky 79937. Manxico died in the void. Nachuz was sucked into a black hole while Rastafari Super watched. Sacragrito was too scared to fight Rastafari Super. P-Cloaky 79937 scored. Rastafari Super accidentally tripped Devil Show 666 into the void. Nachuz thought they could survive in the void while escaping P-Cloaky 79937. Manxico scored. Tetroriginal 20 scored. Sacragrito was pulled into the void by Rastafari Super's pet Space Kraken. Manxico thought they could survive in the void. Nachuz thought they could survive in the void. Sacragrito was tossed into the void by Rastafari Super. P-Cloaky 79937 couldn't fly while escaping that dude 226740. Devil Show 666 was slain by Tetroriginal 20. Full face 11 got snapped away by Rastafari Super. That dude 226740 was slain by Tetroriginal 20 was slain by Sacragrito. Nickib 0 died in the void. Stat Dude 226740 died in the void. Top players red, Ras Puffery Super Blue, Sacra Greedo. Block Wars Bridges is